Good afternoon and welcome to Knowing Who You Are live. It is Sunday, 3 o'clock UK time, and we're doing a test to see if this is a better time for our international following, since we have people following from Bangladesh, from the US, and from the UK. And it's a lovely sunny afternoon.
Many other places as well. So welcome to Knowing Who You Are, people. And we're very eager today for this Sunday, especially being a very lovely day outside. So we had been out all day.
Yes,
as you
we
can
were.
see, I'm just wearing the same clothes. And are you? No. So what
Never.
we have been wearing, we went for a long walk and we came back. And trying to find out who we really are.
And we found out that we're hot.
Yeah.
In the
But
sun.
it was a lovely day.
Yeah, it
so for a
was.
change, even
Yeah.
though there's a cold wind outside. So I'm not sure. It's a Sunday, beautiful Sunday. And many people are putting their status on saying that they're enjoying their walk outside. They're in a park or somewhere. So many of our regular viewers as well. Oh my God, look.
Sohana, hello,
Sohana,
cute couple.
straight away.
Hi, Sohana.
I don't know if she's working today because what's the time now? It's 9 o'clock probably in Texas, Dallas, Texas. So it should be 9 in the evening in Bangladesh and 9 in the morning in America, depending on the time zone.
And she's saying it's too cold in Dallas. And hello also to Selena, watching you guys with the sun on my face in my sunny room.
Oh, wow.
Awesome. I know, you're
See?
lucky. See, it's a good day.
It gives people more energy in the earlier part of the day, as we call it. Like there's 3 phases in our day, in our circadian rhythm, phase 1, 2, 3. Phase 1 is the time when you're more energetic and you try to do interesting things. So
Yeah.
I think it's a good timing. So far, so good.
We'll
and I
see.
can't complain. And people from different parts of the world, we welcome you to give us a call. And if you're new to the show, so we'd like to welcome you and get yourself heard as well, along with all the viewers we have, the regulars and the supporters and all the lovely people that join us regularly on this show. And as you can see already, Swana is there, Selena is there, and they're writing.
And we have a few more as well. And Selena is saying, this kind of weather gives me so much hope. It's true. We were out today. We were going for a walk and we live right, about a stone's throw away from the Thames. And we're walking past. There's hundreds of people out with dogs. And we were just watching all the dogs. And they're so happy to be outside.
We were, in a positive way, we are big people watcher. I mean, basically, I
yeah.
observe everything around me. This is the way of taking in rather than immersing yourself, say, for example, on the blue screen and being on your phone. Because what's the point of going out and being in nature if you are still busy with your digital distraction, so to speak. So,
mind you, the only time our phones came out was to take pictures of the amazing views.
my one didn't even come out.
No, yours didn't. You're right. You're
I
very
mean,
good.
I'm really
That's
getting...
because I'm covering both of us.
Yeah. I used her photos,
That's
by
right.
the way. So, it's a lovely day today, but we had initially, when we woke up from bed today, straight away my idea was, I was saying, hey, let's go out for a walk. And the sun was out and straight away, and Sunday has this special feeling for me, Sunday morning especially. So I don't know about you guys, you can let us know what you think of Sundays. I mean, even if you have to work, but it's a mental thing over the years for me. Sunday, I think, even though I grew up in my childhood in Bangladesh, where Friday was the public holiday or the weekly holiday, but still I feel Sunday is the day when I feel liberated and I feel I'm totally awake. So I wanted to do this walk. We got dressed, we went out, and we had long walk today.
Yeah, it was nice.
And tried a lot of interesting things by the Thames. And
Yeah.
coming back, then we went to a bookshop. Again, our same thing, Waterstones.
We
and
had a
we sat
coffee there while
yeah.
we're reading.
Well, I bought 2 books and sitting there and reading the pages. I couldn't help.
Yeah.
And we were just laughing and reading these books. But at the same time, I look at the time. I was like, oh my God, it's 2:30, half an hour left.
I know. And we promised it was going to be 3 o'clock
She's
today.
good. I was almost about to hop on a bus because I love to go around London on a bus rather than driving,
it's
because
nice.
you can look around. And again, as I say, I like to see things around me. So, and I think after the show, we're going to do it anyway.
Yeah, I think so too.
because
The sun will still be out. It'll be fine.
Sun will still be up. So, people who are watching, and also welcome, Brett. I would like to hear from you, man. If you can, if you don't mind, and what's the time? Also, I don't know. He's in New Zealand at the moment.
Wow. Oh my God.
So, Brett Lemon,
Just so you know, he talks about New Zealand all the time, and as this being a place where potentially in the future he wants to go. Like this, we have this sort of idyllic viewpoint of New Zealand, and
I really want to even settle, if possible, because Esther has some
I
conditions.
have the only thing is I
connected
have
to
my
it.
family here.
Yeah.
I have my family here, and I don't want to be far away from them. That's my
That'd be
biggest
quite
thing.
fun.
Which is, I feel kind of cheeseball making that demand since he is away 5,000 miles from his family, but I figured we can at least be close to mine. Because I spent a lot of time of most of my working life away from them, and I decided, this is it.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
So
We'll
yeah,
see.
and so Brett is watching. If he's still on, I'd request him to give us a call. You can use WhatsApp. It's 0044730819290. So that'd be nice to hear from you. So it would be lovely to get ourselves introduced. Brett is, by the way, the guitarist for Surreal, the band
yeah.
I had for quite some time.
Yeah.
And because one of the reasons Brett had to leave London, and then many of the other bandmates, they got a little scattered with their other commitments. The band kind of stopped functioning at the time, and I got involved in many other things. So yeah, but I'm trying to collaborate again with new musicians and get the things on the road again. And
There's something that I can't read, or I could read it. Probably sounds wrong if I did.
She's talking about a season, Falgun. So
Uh-huh.
it's Falgune Shubetcha. Shubetcha is greetings.
Uh-huh.
So she's...
Season's greetings?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Like Falgun is a season.
Okay.
And I love the antipo, especially in New Zealand, to end the accent.
Yeah,
yeah. Accent,
Yeah,
definitely.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
The other thing I found really interesting, having worked with people from New Zealand before, is because they're so far away from everywhere else in the world. It's like they don't have, like you think about. And I'm not making any insinuations here, but certain countries have certain reputations, and and more importantly, they have certain histories together. So they have fought in battles before. They've had troubles in the past. They've had friction because of whatever it is. There's political reasons. But New Zealand is so far away from everywhere. It's basically not. It has no track. It has no war track. It has no discrimination track. And the way how they've embraced their own culture, like they're proud of their original culture that is there. It's very interesting. And there's something when you deal with someone from New Zealand, there's not a single nation in the world I've ever found who has a hard time with them because they've just never been involved because they're too far away.
And recently, especially, I watched a TV series it was directed by Jane Campion.
Amazing.
And it's Top of the Lake.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh my God. I just want to say this quickly.
Yeah.
Brett is saying, love you guys, just about to go to bed as it's 4 a.m.
Oh my God, what are you doing up,
Great
man?
to hear your musings on live. Thank you, Brett.
Is it Saturday night?
No, it's Sunday morning.
Sunday morning.
No, it's Monday morning for him. He's ahead.
Oh, okay.
Oh my
So
God,
it's
he's
Monday
living in the
morning.
future.
Yeah.
Brett, hello to the future.
Yeah. That's really amazing just to think, right?
I know, right?
So it's possible. So he's in future now, if you're right. I mean, I got the time, because there's so many time zones I keep on thinking.
It's
but
funny.
I think he's ahead.
Yes, so you were saying about the TV series. Sorry,
Yeah.
I chopped you
It's
off.
Top of the Lake. That's when I got to see a part of New Zealand on top, because I love the place. Monday morning, exactly. So yeah, Brett, probably practicing, writing more new music, Brett. But we would love to hear from you someday. We didn't realize, sorry about that. But again, it's 4. If we did our show at 6 here, then it'd be 10 for him. So probably he'll be awake.
4, 5, 6,
Yeah.
7, 8.
There's the trade-off.
Oh my God,
But
yes.
Brett, if you're awake like that later on at some point, we'd like to hear from you. We do this show, Knowing Who You Are, this live stream, every week, every Sunday at 3 o'clock from this time onwards. And looks like many people are getting involved. It's really nice.
Yeah. Hey,
Oh,
Syra.
yeah,
Hello,
Syra.
Paya and Esther. Hello.
Hi, Syra.
Hi, Syra.
But this is the reason, for everyone, especially for Syra as well, we found most of the time is the time, bedtime for the kids.
Yeah.
So she couldn't get involved in that show, the live stream.
Yeah.
So I thought that let's bring it
We'll see what happens.
a little bit forward. And now it's 3 o'clock in the UK. And also in Bangladesh, it's easier for people to tune in because many people from Bangladesh, they wanted to join in.
Yeah.
The problem was that it's midnight there when we
Yeah.
start the show.
Yeah,
so it's
yeah.
hard for people.
Good. Syra saying it's a very good time. This is good.
Oh, and Ashraful Karim, he's in the UK.
Awesome.
One of my university classmates.
Oh, here we go
started law
again.
together. Yeah,
Great.
and Ashraful Karim, but he lives in the UK.
Okay, great.
So yeah, Rumi, another name. You can call him by Rumi, Ashraful Karim. So nice to see you and thank you. He said, you both looking great.
Thank you.
And this is a very good time. Thank you. Great to know because this is what we wanted to try.
Yeah.
And we wanted more people. I see that people are eager. They leave messages later on and saying that they want to get involved in the conversation. Because one thing, you can always watch the show because once it's recorded, it's there on YouTube, on Facebook. But to get involved, being able to sometimes make a phone call, on the off chance. So it's really good
Yeah.
if you can do that. So that's why we're doing it at this time. I think it's a good time and I see people involving.
Yeah, it's great. Plus, the show is not for us. It's for everyone else.
It's for everyone.
It's fun for us. We love doing it. But the whole point is that you can enjoy it. So,
So
it's good that we didn't find out that it was good to do it at 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't think we... I said it's good that we would find out it didn't. Or 6 a.m.
No. 6 a.m. probably would be a good thing to wake up 5 o'clock.
You would look all right. I know I wouldn't.
Yeah. I mean, this is something. Okay, about waking up early in the morning.
Yes.
One thing I believe that it really helps you that time and also in terms of productivity, getting up early in the morning and do some work. I do on and off. Mostly I get up by 6:30, but I don't get to leave the bed by then straight away. So I still be there for another hour or half an hour, 7:30. So it happens more or less for me, but I have seen the time you get away from all the distractions, even from, say, for example, if you have family with kids and everyone is getting ready for school and other things, getting up early in the morning, it gives you some time for yourself and you can just spend it on yourself, sitting there by yourself and just reading or probably just sit there and contemplate without doing anything if you like to do it. So I think this is a good thing. And you should, if anyone is interested in that concept, there's a lovely book by Robin Sharma. He's a Canadian, he's a life coach as well and motivational speaker, but amazing writer. So his knowledge, his wisdom is so vast. So he had written a book called the 5 a.m. Club. I would urge everyone to check that. So that's a very good idea. And on that book I talked about last week as well, the ideas about mindset, soul set, heart set, and these ideas he's set out in that book. So good for you to check if you like. So anyone interested to give us a call and let us know what you're doing today. An amazing day as it is. And we literally enjoyed so much. And I was almost about to make an excuse not to do the show today. And Esther was so good. And she told me, look, we made a commitment. We have to show up. This is a practice.
We have to promise.
And we believe in that.
We made a promise.
Because it's a habit as well.
Yeah,
so if you say you're going to do something, it's not only about the show. You will end up finding excuses in every sphere of your life. And you will keep on making excuses. Let's not go to the gym today. Let's not wake up early today.
Yeah.
Let's not do some reading today. Let's not do journaling. I'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I thought, that's a good idea. Sometimes there are always distractions, always temptations all around. You want to do something else, but not listen to it every time because you have to build up that habit that at some point it becomes almost, you become unconscious about this habit. Like, every morning when you get up, you know that you have to brush your teeth, right? And you don't have to think, I have to brush your teeth. There's no way out. You just do it out of habit because it's in your system. So that's how, a good system, that's how it works. And what she is saying...
Some more nice messages. Look at that.
Shamsul Bhuya, you two are looking great. Wish you the best. Shamsul Bhuya, that's one of my friends as well, I think.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
I mean... Problem is, I know my friends by their nicknames. So when I see, their proper name, I sometimes get a bit lost.
Yeah.
But I think he's my classmate.
Nice.
Because the picture is very small. So please excuse me. I think it's him. So it'd be great, man, if you want to pick up your phone and give us a call and let us know if you are the person I think you are. And even if you're not, that doesn't matter because end of the day, it's a lovely message. Thank you.
And a lovely message from Sarah also. I'm not a morning person, so I wake up at 5:30 to give myself an hour before the girls wake up.
Perfect.
That is brave.
So you belong to the 5 a.m. club.
Yes, she is part. I'm definitely. I don't have a membership yet. And Brett is saying I had such great times with Surreal. Made me really reconnect with the soul of music, which sometimes gets lost in London.
Oh man,
that's nice.
So great.
Yeah, I mean he talks about Surreal with such fun memories. I mean I know you all from the band. Because of all the wonderful stories and the amazing adventures that he talks about.
We had fun.
Awesome.
We had some great shows together. and the band itself. And Brett was really a vital part of the band. He was the lead guitarist there, and yeah, the whole team. It was a 4-piece band.
Yeah.
So it was Brett, me, Harry, and oh my god.
Oh dear.
Oh,
Well, anyway,
It's
a
been
lot
a
of the
while.
videos of the shows are on his channel also. In fact, Knowing Who You Are,
Yeah.
you'll see a lot of the YouTube
If you go to the
thumbnails.
YouTube channel, Knowing
Yeah.
Who You Are, Ershad Alamgir, whatever you type,
Yeah.
you'll find
Great
all the
songs.
videos of
Great
Surreal is
music.
there
Yeah.
from nearly 11 years
Yeah.
ago, 12 years ago, or
Yeah.
13 years ago. So TV shows, stage shows, and a lot of the venues we have done at
Yeah.
Rich Mix back
Yeah.
in the days. Things have changed a lot. Rich Mix is different now,
Yeah.
it feels. But we have seen when it started, and it was really quite vibrant, which it still is.
Yeah, in a different way, I suppose.
In a different
it
way.
Has a different, it has
Because
a different vibe.
nowadays I perform there, but more reciting poetry and things like that. But it's not the main stage anymore.
Well, Selena is saying, oh, that band, I saw some good videos, good stuff, which I had seen it live. Yeah, no, me too. I wish I had seen it live because that meant I would have...
We will get back, but in a different
I would
way.
have met you 20 years earlier if I
Yeah.
had seen you live.
So Brett is visiting London someday. Probably we'll do a reunion and we'll call the rest of the
Oh my
other band members
God,
as
yeah,
well.
that'd
But
be
in the
awesome.
meantime, I have a plan of starting another musical project. Let's see what happens. I was thinking with Shakib. Mimo, I mean, he's a good singer.
Yeah,
He
great
plays the
guitarist
guitar
also, yeah.
and bass player as well. So we were planning of some kind of a duo band, and he writes song, I write song, and we were planning. But unfortunately, he had to leave London. But the plan is still there. But
Yeah.
apart from that, I'm still thinking that I'm gonna carry on with my own project. Let's see what happens. But
Yeah.
so many things.
So many things.
So many things.
So much to do with so little time.
Exactly. So let's start the conversation in terms of, because it's lovely to know, Cyrus, every time when we have this live stream, this is one of the reasons, because as I was saying, we are preparing in the background in terms of new interviews coming up on the channel. With now this season 2 has started into 2022. It's more about physical fitness, and you will see new interviews coming up with fitness trainers and mental coaches, or you have seen life coaches. We have already discussed with them last season, but they will be there. A lot of interesting interviews are in the pipeline now. We are getting them edited, and also some of them the data fixed when the interviews would happen. Then you'll see them on the channel. But in the meantime, we can talk about any things that you have seen on the channel, and also to get people involved in the channel more, so you can talk about the issues, because there are a lot of things, and I do a lot of reading, as I say, a lot of things at the same time. And currently, I don't know how good it is to do that. I was laughing and saying that probably at the moment I'm reading 12 books at the same time.
And they're all neatly stacked next to the bed, on the bedside
Sometimes
table.
it's in the bed, sometimes it's in the
And
studio,
wherever he
I
goes, his
can.
little pal comes with him.
I take the pile with me, whatever. Yeah, so it's interesting. But the thing is, there are a lot of issues I realize, especially like you are doing a reading on a book by, is it Elizabeth Day, Philosophy. So you're getting.
I just got it. I just got it.
I
The one I'm
finished that.
currently reading, the Ikigai, Japanese way of living.
So, what have you learned? Any interesting tip from that book?
Yeah, actually, how it starts off, it talks about a very interesting island in Japan where, by survey, they are the oldest people in the world who have, well, the oldest people in the world live there. And the main thing that it talks about is the simplicity of life, the importance of good health, good exercise, but also just the simplicity of things, and really setting out a goal and following that goal and working together. And one of the most talked about things in that area is friendship. Like, everyone communicates with each other, having a life partner, but not necessarily in a relationship, but just having family, having friends, and having a support system around you. And it's not like they have some huge setup. They have the unity, and they just do good things that they love
Everyone
doing.
in your life, they have their own significance.
Yeah, and everyone has their own role to play, but also everyone has their own life.
Yeah.
But if you find someone who has a similar purpose, which is what it's talking about, then it becomes that much more fun to share the memories with. And it's talking about the fact that doing things that you want to do, enjoying things that you want to do, be grateful for the things that you want to do. And that's, well, I mean, very much
like
what we like
Esther
doing.
Perel, the Belgian psychotherapist in America,
yeah.
she says that back in the days, what we used to expect from the village all around. Say one house you had a couple of friends, another place you had your parents, then in your house you had your wife or your partner, and who's raising the kids with you. But now in one person we're expecting everything, and also especially women being in charge of the household, they have to go through a lot of things at the same time. And especially they're good with listening, as they say, and also good with management. You are very good with management. Your time management is amazing.
Thank
so
you.
this inspires me a lot as well. So, but expecting, if you're lucky, you're getting everything from one person. But it's good to, you know, divert your ideas, because it's always good to have different ideas from different people. So rather than expecting, and it also takes the pressure off that person. You're putting all your expectation on. Like Brett had said an interesting thing, so I would like to read that. He said, would love to play with you all again, all one day. I'll be back in London. Happy memories.
That would be awesome.
I look forward to that day.
That would be so cool.
So Brett is still active. He's playing with a band in New Zealand. I think he's in, where are you? In Wellington? Brett, correct me if I'm wrong. And Selena said, I wanted to buy Elizabeth Day Reserved at the library.
Oh, good.
Yeah. What's your go-to library, Selena? Where do you buy your books from?
We do. We get Waterstones and Amazon as mostly.
Waterstones, Amazon, yeah.
I mean, that's.
But to be honest with you, even if you go to W.H. Smith, all the books that we like and non-fiction, fiction, they have the similar kind of. Oh yeah.
Oh, Dunedin,
okay.
South Island. Wow.
What do they call it? Dunedin or
Dunedin, I think.
Dunedin.
Yeah.
And I heard probably I could be
Scotland.
wrong.
Scotland's got Dunedin as well.
Yeah, but no, it's South Island.
I know
it's New Zealand.
Yeah.
Because I heard when I used to follow the New Zealand cricket team.
Yeah.
They used to say Dunedin or something.
Dunedin?
Yeah.
All right,
I could
Brett.
Be totally.
Why don't you give
Brett
us a call?
might be laughing.
Give us a call and let us know.
At least give us a call just to correct us. Yeah. It'll be a quick call. We won't keep you up till 5 o'clock in the morning.
He's loving it. He's staying up anyway.
Yeah, I love that. I love to see Brett. And hopefully, you know, sometimes when he...
Pronounce Dunedin. Yeah.
Dunedin.
Dunedin.
But the question is now, is it D-O-O-N or D-A-A-N? That's the thing. Dun or Dune?
As Dunedin.
You know.
Okay,
So,
this is where I think
that's we
should say Google Voice.
Yeah, Google Voice. Okay, let's
I'm going to find
listen
out.
to it.
This is it.
Okay, and Brett might be laughing at me.
He
or,
probably is.
You know, or us. So people who are joining now, anywhere you're calling from, anywhere you are tuning in from and logging into the show, I would ask you, if you're interested, get yourself heard for the first time, because I understand this time is quite well connected. I mean, apart from New Zealand, but thanks to Brett that he is still awake and listening to us. Thanks a lot for the support. And it's lovely to have him for the first time. Sounds like Dan. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, here.
Dunedin. Okay.
Dunedin.
Yeah. As I said, yeah, Brett might be laughing at me.
This is, however, the British pronunciation. How do you pronounce... Oh.
No, but he's writing it.
Yeah, well, there we go.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's one thing. Because when I used to watch cricket, I remember it could be the people who were, you know, pronouncing it. And New Zealand, by the way, one of my favorite cricket teams. And Australia was, and Pakistan. Oh, yeah. Brett, look at Brett, what he's doing.
Good.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Your favorite side.
Yeah.
So, if there's anyone who's from America, Australia, or Bangladesh, anywhere, just would like to say hi to you and also get in touch with us. Okay, for the first timers, people who are joining for the first time, would you like to give them an idea about knowing who you are?
Absolutely.
What's the platform is all about?
Good. So the idea that, well, there's several things. I'll give it from my viewpoint because we both have our own take on the whole thing, right? So the idea is that there is a tremendous amount of knowledge out there, and a tremendous amount of solutions to problems, a tremendous amount of approaches to how to handle situations. And we both have always been very interested in studying more about this, studying about life. And it's always been with the aim of helping another person. We've spent a lifetime in either entertaining or in helping or in working in the events industry where, you know, we deal with people a lot. And in the end of the day, you look at when you're in trouble or when you need help or when there's something you're running into, who do you go to? You go to someone that you trust. it's not necessarily the first thing to pick up a book or listen to a podcast. You go to someone that you trust, like a family member or a friend, and we realized being together, having this friendship that we have, where we're very compatible in every possible way. We have each other on anything that goes on. How nice would it be if everyone had that? And it doesn't necessarily mean, that everyone has the same relationship, but that everyone at least has a place where they can go to when they need help or look for answers. And while we don't necessarily know everything, we make it our aim to find people that have survived through certain situations, who have experienced certain situations, and who basically came out the other end doing well. And we like to hear their stories, because from stories you can learn. Because we believe honestly that unless someone's actually experienced something and they have actual reality about a situation, how can they say that they know how it's supposed to be? Unless, of
even
course,
the books I read,
Yeah.
the research
They're
paper
all
and
from
everything,
people.
they're all from people.
Yeah,
It's
all
nothing
experiences,
just
it's-
from out of thin air. You
or,
get
or
this.
theoretically, this is
Yeah.
how you respond to blah
These
blah
are
blah.
empirical study as well. So you literally, they have researched
Yeah.
on people and they found out from the lives of different people.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And so we're both reading very much from a different point of view. Like you're more from the scientific point of view. You have an approach of neuroscience, that aspect of how it exactly works, whereas I look at it from a more spiritual aspect. Good, what is the mindset that you need to have certain things? And the two of them combined, we then talk about these things.
But when you say spiritual, for people to understand, it's not essentially religious point of view.
No, I'm talking purely when you're talking as certain mindsets can completely change your viewpoint on things, or certain things that you go through, or certain things like attitudes that you have or decisions that you make. I mean, more from that point of view, whereas you go into the actual scientific reason why certain things happen.
Because one of the things I learned and I felt that when you learn something, you learn more when you start giving it out to other people and share with others.
Yeah.
And also if there's any kind of wisdom, and this is one of the way I learn from people as well. Say, for example, where Brett lives, I couldn't, because I had the misinformation of how to pronounce it, like we corrected. I mean, even smaller things in life.
Yeah.
So that's one thing, but also live life, and everyone, you can't, in one lifetime, you can't have all the experiences that other people are having.
Yeah.
Some people are fortunate not to go through some very bad experiences. Some
Yeah.
people are very unfortunate. Say, for example, in Ukraine now.
Oh my God.
Suddenly, beautiful
Yeah.
country. Neha went there for her
Yeah.
studies.
Oh my God.
She
Thank God
visited
she came
recently,
back. Yeah.
a couple of days back, and she came back, but she sent us photos, videos, and we were like, oh, amazing country. She loved it, the food and the price, cost of living, everything was interesting. But look what's happening there. So to learn from other people is one of the valuable things, and I've been planning to open a platform like this for quite some time. When I'd done my radio show that was Relax with Ershad, so during that time I had an idea people want to talk about these things, but sometimes we don't feel secure, because nowadays we are under pressure that we always have to look very good. That's why you see many of the motivators around the world now, they don't really care about what they're looking like. They just come and share the message. That's the main idea. Because end of the day, every time we see it filters through many layers normally on social media. But when you can come and express yourself just the way you are, it gives you some relief. And also to know that you are not the only one going through it and trying to hide it, and there are other people who have been through it. To be honest with you, every now and then I go through some motions, because when it's too much information, because I take too much information sometimes, information overload, and sometimes they really do conflict. There's one thing telling me, look, come down, slow down. There's another thing saying, no, you need to run, rush, and do these things. But then if I get lost, I take a moment, slow down, and I sometimes talk to Esther as well, and I share with her, look, if you find me distracted, a little bit lost, don't really feel that there's something to do with you.
Yeah,
I'm going through my moment.
Take it really personal.
Yeah, and that's how I realized at that point that I sit down, I journal, I read, and I try to find out, okay, how to find the possibility or leave that part of my life and go through it and come out on the other side learning something new. Because obstacles are every step of the way. You face them.
Yeah.
But sometimes it can literally weigh you down.
Yeah.
And especially what I was telling you as well, last couple of years, I think 3, 4, 5 years, the world has changed suddenly, shifted. Many of your skill sets, the things you know, they're not relevant for especially the places where you want to be and you want to be successful. So you suddenly find yourself, oh my God, am I irrelevant? So what you are going to do?
Yeah.
Would you just think that you have become useless? Or would you think this is a possibility for me to find or give myself a year or something to learn some new skills and make myself again, presentable and valuable in the market?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking about the job market, or even if you have your own plans for business or anything you want to start. And in terms of, because I was reading this interesting idea about decision making. When we make a decision, there are things that you need to take into perspective, especially into consideration, is whether it's aligning with your values. So there are 5 things to talk about this one. When you think is it aligning with your values, the cost of the thing, and whether it's giving you some entertainment, enjoyment, and also is it helping others. So mostly it's important now, when we have started this channel, Knowing Who You Are, every video, every post, every picture, anything that we post, there's a message there. It's not just to show, oh, look, guys, I've done this, and I walked in the sun, and I had a great time, and this is my new car or my new T-shirt. It's not about that. It's about what's the message in there, why I did what I did. Because I try to live a purposeful life now. Because when you don't have the purpose and the meaning, what you're doing is just you're coasting through life. And end of the day, you are bound to get depressed, because you're like, okay, then what's the next high?
Yeah. What you're saying is very much in alignment with what Brett actually just wrote. He says, I've always found the duality of music kind of strange, so fulfilling, yet as a career path or career, the exact opposite in terms of how it causes a lot of frustration and contradictions. The industry itself creates the opposite of its supposed to original. Still, it's a great life lesson. And it's very true. Because if you think about, you have an artist and you're a musician, I'm an artist, I'm a musician also, and you have this grandness of this aesthetics, the communication of a message, you have your goal to spread, and then you've got the industry who goes, you need to look like this, you need to sell this, you need to make... It's interesting, and it goes with what you're saying, because if your goal is to help people, your goal is to, and a lot of musicians don't even want to be famous, they just want to make music.
Yeah, because they love this, and they have their own ideas about music, but then in the industry now, probably this kind of sound, this kind of lyrics, these are the way to go. And you have to write lyrics like that, because this is the kind of lyrics people like. Write tune like that. These are the chords. Even a certain, the chord changes. It has to be like this. So everything is based on what is selling now. So say, for example, even on Instagram, you see people, what you're posting, or social media, anywhere, okay, this kind of video, no, people don't like it. This kind of thumbnail, they don't like it. What's the analytics on the video? Or what time people are watching it more? Or what kind of video they like more? Create more of this. But what about your own creativity? And you want to do certain things. That's why I was asked in one of the interviews, Ershad, for your channel, do you really care about subscribers? Point is, if the message is, it's there for people to go and see it later on. And unfortunately, the value of any things now is judged by how many subscribers you have. So you have like 1 million subscribers, or 100,000, 300,000 subscribers. Then it's like, okay, we can take this channel seriously, but it doesn't matter whether you are just posting cat videos. So I get messages from companies. They are asking me, okay, we want you to be the ambassador of this and come to or transfer your channel to our podcast platform because we want you there. But the thing is that what are the base? They're thinking all these things about based on the contents. If they're doing it, I'm happy. But if it's based on the number of subscribers or the interest of the people, then it's the wrong idea. So I think that's why it's very important to listen to yourself, rather than this door of success should open inward rather than outwards. So that's when you can find that, okay, what's happening that you're developing. And that's the way to know yourself. Anyway, long intro.
And funny enough, Brett is saying, that's why I always loved playing with surreal. It brought music back to real emotion. I was reading and now.
Oh, sorry. Because I left.
Oh, sorry, Baba.
Yeah.
So Brett is saying, that's why I always love playing with Surreal. It brought music back to real emotion and actually creating a powerful moment, not just a marketing exercise, which is so much industry pressures create. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then Syra wrote something really interesting. I'll read it from here.
Because I would repeat on Brett's
Yeah.
idea, because when I started the band, one of the things I was so happy about Surreal, including Brett, Harry Dickon, he was the bass player,
Yeah.
and John Harris, he was the drummer.
Okay.
So we all had this thing about, we had our side projects, and I had my work, Brett had his job as well, but we are all musicians. We wanted to do music without any pressure,
Right.
like what we have to sell.
Yeah.
I was writing songs based on Indian classical music, and Brett was coming up with ideas to blend with that Indian classical tune.
Yeah.
And we had collaborations from India. Anirban, one of them, and
Yeah,
Brett
yeah.
loved him. So we could do something that we wanted to do,
Yeah.
what I felt like doing,
Yeah.
rather than, okay, what's, very fashionable
Yeah.
in that day.
Was Surreal was also the one playing Imagine, right, with the sitar.
Imagine.
Yeah, because
So,
is it Brett who's standing right next to you?
Brett, yeah.
Yeah, because Brett, you did some wicked guitar solos in that. Some of the licks in that, because he's playing off
yeah,
with you.
yeah.
You guys are playing.
I know, that was Swan Song.
a swan song. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So Swan
Brilliant.
Song is one
Yeah.
of the popular
Oh my
numbers.
God.
I had written this
Amazing.
song based on a scale or a raga called
Yeah.
Hamsadhani.
Right.
So it's a South Indian scale, South Indian raga, Hamsadhani. So it's based on the sound of a swan.
Yes.
Hans means swan.
Yeah. Sing a part of it.
Yeah, I mean, oh no. So that song you can check on the channel.
Yeah, it's
and
really good.
Brett came out with this idea.
Amazing.
There's a guitar tune. It's synonymous with a tune by Crowded House.
Yeah.
So, but he gave it
Yeah,
a
yeah,
little
yeah. Very cool.
twist of his own, and it turned into something else.
Yeah.
But that's the idea, that now we are under pressure to create something what would sell.
Yeah.
And now, as a musician, as a producer, you have to wear so many different hats. You
Yeah.
are your own social media. I mean, unless you're lucky to have people around you or you can afford it, you're doing everything. You're
Yeah.
promoting it, you're on social media, you're
Yeah.
creating the
Oh,
music.
yeah.
I mean, back in the days, if you look 60s, 70s, they used to go in a retreat and somewhere stay there for a month or two. If you had seen how Bohemian Rhapsody and all the whole album was created.
Yeah. Oh my God. Amazing.
It was different, but now it's totally it's an exercise that you're under pressure. And where are those private jets and everything?
Yeah.
You don't have them even.
He's saying, thanks, guys. Yeah, so true. London's a fantastic place for music, but there's always competing pressures when it comes to trying to earn money and pull the crowd. It's true.
Yeah.
I did want to mention something that Syra said earlier on, because it's also very relevant. She says, I'm reading Limitless by Jim Quick. The reason I wanted to read this book is because I tend to forget things these days or concentrate for a long time, as I have a lot on my mind. Having 3 children has 3 different tracks of worries and concerns, and that sometimes leads to overloaded mind. From this book, I've learned techniques to be able to concentrate and save information easily. So for anyone who's suffering from the same issue, would defo benefit from this book. That's awesome, and we will also put it in the listing at the end of the show. Thank you, Syra.
So
That's
Limitless,
cool.
she had started, she mentioned about this
Yeah,
book. The first
yeah,
time
yeah,
she bought
yeah.
it, she started reading. Amazing.
Yeah. Oh, Neha, Surreal Rocks. Miss you guys. Hey,
Yeah.
Neha. Dr. Neha.
Dr. Neha and
Oh.
businesswoman as well. She's so busy. She left London.
Entrepreneur.
Yeah, entrepreneur. She left London now. She's in Bolton.
We miss you.
We don't get to hear from us
Oh,
at least
no.
once a week
I
on the show.
I don't get to eat your food every week, and I don't.
So I hope in Bolton it's sunny as well. They're having a good time probably. And I think they don't open their restaurant until 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
So probably now you have some downtime.
Yeah, so this is a shout out to Neha, Mimo, and Opu, who went to Bolton to start a
Yeah.
Korean restaurant. It's currently
Korean, right?
It's K-Korean. It's lovely food. They're doing really, really well.
Yeah.
It's very, very adventurous. And she's, in the meantime, also studying for a medical degree so she can become a doctor and start helping in poor countries where she wants to lend her hand in helping through medicine. Mwah!
And also we have to mention that Neha was a big part of Surreal as well.
Yeah.
All the pictures, all
Yeah,
the video we
that's all
post
her.
now, everything was done by Neha.
Yeah.
And Brett and Neha, they were really close as well. So Brett is
Yeah.
would say something about it.
Yeah.
And he's saying the Bangladeshi community were amazing. Those
There's-
guys were so energizing.
The gigs were energizing.
Oh, the gigs,
And
sorry.
inspiring after sometimes overly cool indie gigs.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it looks it. You look at the videos and it looks like that is happiness on that stage. You guys were each playing off
I
of
was
each
so
other.
lucky to have Brett on board, because there are many musicians I met, but he had this connection and he appreciated the music, which was really good. Because sometimes you can have a musician, someone who's just coming just to play and earn some money. For him, it was about the music.
Yeah, you can
and
see that.
he was adding something to it. It's
Yeah.
not just Brett. This is how it's supposed to sound.
Yeah.
And that's why when he left,
Yeah.
it was such a big loss. Brett, I have to
Aw.
say that. It was a big loss for Surreal. And after that, I didn't feel like carry on.
You killed him, basically.
Because, because after that, I felt that, okay, who's going to, feel those
Feel
shoes?
those shoes, yeah.
It's hard because you might find a guitarist who's playing, 100 miles per hour. It's
Yeah.
not about that.
No,
it's
not.
about
It's not.
connecting with that music.
It is, yeah.
And,
He says, "Oh, I miss you, man."
and also the first time after a TV recording, Brett and I,
Yeah.
and also we had Neha's niece as well. We went to Indian restaurant. Brett might remember about this. By the way, Brett used to be a chef as well.
Really?
Brett, am I right?
I also cook.
Yeah, I also cook. Yeah.
I play guitar and I also cook.
Yeah, I think he's a good cook or
Oh my
chef.
God.
I think he was. So yeah, a lot of interesting memories that coming up. And we went to a restaurant and he was eating and he was enjoying the Indian food. So yeah, we experienced many things together.
Nice.
It
Good.
was great
Good
memory.
friendship.
Yeah.
This is like, I love this, right? It's a typical example. You haven't seen someone forever, and it's like you saw them, last week, and you're still able to pick up the conversation again. It's good, isn't it?
I mean that the friendship and the companionship you have with people, and that's why it was, as I was saying, I mean, definitely when he comes back at some point, even
Yeah.
for a visit
Yeah.
or a trip to London, we definitely would do something.
Yeah,
At least if it's
absolutely.
possible. If we get the other members on board, that'd be nice.
Oh,
if
God,
not,
how
then
cool
at
would
least
that be?
it's
Do it
like
in
a
Rich
duo.
Mix. Do it in
We
Rich
something.
Mix.
Yeah.
Do a before the poetry evening, start an evening of music or something. My God.
So, Brett, what's happening in your life? If you could write down, if you're not falling asleep, apart from definitely, it's quite late. But if you let us know, give us an idea, if there's anything that you're struggling with or you had, like we always talk about in Knowing Who You Are, this is part of the exercise that we do with the audience and the listeners, because there's something to learn from them as well, and how they cope with the struggles or any obstacles they face. Because when you decided to move from London, you were mentioning there are a lot of things going on in your life, and also you're finding things harder. So you thought, okay, you would go back to New Zealand. That's where you grew up. Your parents are there as well. So, and how you found it there, and what you miss, and what you think you have benefited from. It'd be a nice idea for anyone. Say, for example, Neha, she left London. She's in a new place, and how she is coping with, or if she is struggling to cope with anything new. Novelty is always hard, and on top of that, when you're faced with challenges of setting up a new
Yeah.
business,
Oh my gosh.
so how to cope with that,
Yeah.
probably it would help if you mention something.
Yeah. Neha saying Brett is our Bruce Dickinson, in brackets Iron Maiden.
Oh, Brett is Bruce Dickinson.
That's
Oh,
funny.
God. Bruce Dickinson is a singer, by the way. But Brett did sang Imagine, few lines.
Really?
If you see the TV show, we have the recording on. Imagine, and he sounded like John Lennon,
Yeah.
to be honest. And I took it then to the different thing of,
Yeah.
how
He
I
said,
sing.
by the way, not a chef, but worked in restaurants to pay the London bills along with music sessions and teaching as well.
Yeah.
And here's David. Hi, David, Mr. TikTok. We love
yeah,
you.
David in London, not in Scotland or Ireland. David in London. I got it right now. There are many informations. I was just, mixing up. There's another guy I said something about. He said, no, I'm back. I'm in London. I said, okay, I'm going to shut up from now on. I won't say
Because
things.
David originally from Bangladesh.
A prime example, I said, Brett was a chef as well. And he's like, no, I wasn't a chef.
Okay, I cook.
Oh my God, how many times? And
At least you're always saying something more advanced or something
at
more
least I have
complimentary.
some idea. Yeah. So
Well,
like,
to answer your question, to see how we are good. Because David's saying, how are you guys? Greetings from East London. Well, greetings from South London, right?
no,
Southwest.
Southwest
Kingston.
London. Yeah, it's near Southwest. So where are you? And David, give us a call. What are you doing? I don't know if you are walking
Or
on
filming
the,
TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok.
Latest TikTok.
Because it's a lovely weather and we had been out. We almost not. It was on me, if it was on me, I would probably just,
So many accolades. Thank you, dear.
Try
Thank
it.
you,
And
dear.
you just,
No, I just,
kept me on track.
No, but you wanted to do it anyway, but it was hard. I was just like, oh no. Because the thing is, I make all the videos and all the graphics that say today or tomorrow or at 3 o'clock. And I'm thinking, well, I'm responsible for that.
Yeah.
So I'm...
So anyone who feels like talking about anything that you had been struggling with, like I said, the information overload that I experienced recently, I suddenly felt, oh my God, this is what I have to do. And this is what I haven't done. But I know how to do it. But why haven't done it? Things like that. And sometimes when you have information overload and you feel like, okay, there are things that's been done and this is the time. And especially, why I say that, because in every century, there would be, they say 25 years probably, there are big changes in the world that happen. Now, in the last 4 or 5 years, we had amazing changes in the world. Suddenly, everything just upside down. And some people are getting very successful, on the back of those new digital technologies and those interesting things that's been introduced now. And some people are falling behind. So how do we cope with that? So those information overload was something for me. I'm like, oh my God, this is something that's been happening. I didn't know about that. I have to catch up with that. And I know about this, but I didn't know about that part. There's a gap I have to fill up. And there's so many things I want to do in this lifetime that sometimes becomes a pressure.
You get so frustrated about not knowing everything. One time we were actually watching some videos and I was trying to show him because I was training to be a dancer. And I said, look, I was trying to identify what are the different kinds of dance that exist. Ballroom, the tango, the salsa. And you're like, oh my God, there's all this knowledge, like all these things that I'll never do. And I'm thinking, you don't need the tango to survive. You'll be
That's my problem. It's a big problem.
Funny.
I have to cope with it every day.
You do.
Because
dear.
at the same time, reading a few books at the same time in different topics. I don't know
You're
how.
reading 8 at the moment.
No,
12.
So Brett said, at the moment, just playing and hoping to study. Well, and he said, ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Trust me. This September, I'm starting a master's in neuroscience again.
Wow, he's also started his career in the Royal Navy.
Yeah. So I feel that I can have some.
Am I going to see him again? I don't know.
Yeah,
this is why I'm insisting we keep the show. At least I know for sure on Sunday either 3 o'clock or 6 o'clock we'll be in the same room for 2 hours.
But Brett says that no vocalist, just bits of recording. You have said that, but if people go to the channel Knowing Who You Are and you look for Imagine Surreal, you get to hear Brett a little bit of him.
Yeah.
You can check it out
I
if you do.
I will. Oh, and David, by the way, says, I'm in a workshop right now, can't call. Thank you for anyway tuning in with us, and thank you for being with us despite
David.
being in a workshop. That's
Thank
cool.
you.
Yeah.
Workshop, what kind of workshop?
Yeah, a TikTok workshop.
Oh, yeah, probably. He's teaching people how to do workshop because expert people, they teach how to do YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and there are books on top about this topic.
Yeah, there is actually. Yeah.
So we see quite a lot of people are tuned in and they're
wonderful.
listening to the conversations. You're joining in. Yeah. Guys, come over here as we have a basement. You can jam session. Okay, practice
all
all day
all
and
night.
oh my God.
That's great.
You lucky people. So Neha, give us an update. What have you been doing? And where is Shakib as well?
Yeah.
Is he around? You guys should give us a call now because I know the restaurant doesn't open until 6. If
no
I'm not
excuse
wrong.
at all whatsoever.
Give us a call. Give us a call and say something. And we'd like to hear from you guys because it's been a while ever since they left. Oh my God, it's hard to get hold of them. So all the good luck. And also, unfortunately, that's where you study Ukraine, your medical studies. So all the best of luck to the people of Ukraine. It's really hard. The politics is... It's because all the sanctions and everything we talk about, I don't want to get into politics too much here, but unfortunate that how much effect it's having on, how much pressure it would put on Putin, I don't know. But the thing is that in the Western world, I mean, that's where the people of Ukraine are dependent on, but still NATO and, other organizations, they're not really coming forward to leave some positive impact in terms of to move or impede. Let's see what happens.
Yeah,
we have to keep on watching in the latest development.
Yeah. It's a shame. I mean, you obviously see, and this program isn't about that necessarily. But what actually hurts me more than anything else is that it's the politics. I'm just not knowledgeable to give any sort of sensible anything about that, but what you see is the suffering of the people as a result. You know, the colleges that have to shut down, the people that have their houses being bombed and all that. It's just...
No, interesting thing, even this live show I do, the platform I use, it's called Restream. So that's how it gets diverted to Facebook and YouTube as well.
Yeah.
But even though I'm using my own platform in my studio, but then it gets diverted through that software. The guy who's the CEO, he's from Ukraine.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness me.
So he made sure that people in the Ukraine, where his colleagues are, or even in London or wherever they're operating from, they're safe. But interesting.
Yeah. Well,
Mimo,
Neha saying is Mimo is in the restaurant.
Mimo,
Fair enough.
Yeah,
What?
he's getting ready for the evening because weekends are always busy. I understand in
I'm
the
sure.
restaurant.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Neha, can you call us?
Yeah.
You can. Let's do it.
Okay, so Brett is saying, those surreal gigs really felt like coming home spiritually after so many hard-nosed so-called industry gigs where you felt like a dancing monkey, waiting for some kind of score based on all the trend stats despite having strong songs and musicianship. You know, my brother went through a similar thing. He has an 8-piece band.
I forgot the name.
Literally just blanked out on the name. I cannot believe I even just... Soul Caliber. It's Soul Caliber. And they went to different places where they would have won shows and, you know, like The Voice and X Factor and stuff like that. Like, he's had several bands. And because he wouldn't conform to what is needed and wanted in terms of industry
Top
production,
40.
he wasn't, you know, he just decided, no, we like our music, we're going to keep playing it. And he's a soul band, and they play jazz, funk, soul covers and everything. It's actually amazing because the amount of talent that's there. Same with you guys. I mean, if you just see Swan Song and imagine those two songs, it's like that should have been a chart.
Yeah.
You know? But anyway, the thing is, it has had thousands of views, and the people that really understand
And you
it,
wouldn't
they love
believe,
it.
I was surprised that it was Indian classical scale and raga. We are singing literally. And when we, from the English part, when we went into the Indian classical
Oh my
part,
God.
you could hear people screaming literally.
I know. I mean, there's a woman who's filming it because on the YouTube it's several angles because I edited each one of them and each one of them, some has better sound here, some has better, and there's a woman going ah, ah.
I felt like Michael Jackson at the time, to be honest.
I mean, you're in the stage going, you're completely in your face. It's like, nah.
But did you know, did I share with you, imagine when it happens, especially, Brett knows about this. I had no plan of going totally bursting into that interesting improvisation I did. Because Debbie Priya, the sitar player, she's a scientist herself for cancer research. She was playing sitar, and suddenly when she played, straight away I felt like I have to improv on that.
I mean,
and
you looked like you were in another universe.
I totally went into
went
that.
out.
But the best part is that every musician, including Brett, Harry, John, they just didn't even, you know, no one even flinched. They were like, okay, it went there, let's do it. And that's the fun part of the band.
Yeah.
Because whenever we were live, even on live TV show, it's a recorded show.
Yeah.
And when they're recording, we just feel like doing anything. And everyone would follow. They would know what to do.
So cool.
That's the connection we had.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think when you have this sort of a unity or like an esprit de corps, you know, this, I used to have that as a dancer. You just, there's a feeling that you have when you're in tune with the people around you, and you don't have to say what's next. You just feel it, and you're all going at the same time. There's something about that is extremely cool. Very nice.
Neha says, ha ha ha, please, I feel shy to talk in public.
Oh.
It's so sad because Neha is such a good lyrics writer. I mean, her songs, the songs she had written, they made music video out of that in Bangladesh. Maksud had sung one of her songs.
And you're a very good speaker.
Yes, you're
only speaking to us. Just pretend that you're on the phone to us.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to tell her, come on, no, listen to me.
Yeah.
And she doesn't. So, but she does end of the day. But the thing is that when she goes on a roll, it just stays. And
you're
now,
very good. You're very good at going on rolls.
Yeah.
So cool it and go on a roll.
Yeah, we should call you then. And she just, you know. I saw Sohini Alam on Friday.
We saw the post. I saw the post on that, Selena. That looked like a great
with
concert.
my singer friend Sumia. Oh,
yeah.
Sumaya.
Apparently, you are a friend of Sumaya's family. Such a small world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw some of the video clips of that concert, and thank you, by the way, Selena, for wanting to invite us. Sorry, we were both working, but this is, you know, she's great voice, very nice.
Sumaya, I remember when she was even younger. I think she was at school at the time. She came to my show.
Oh,
and Gun and Fun, and she sang. She had a great voice as a young girl, and she's even more amazing now.
Wow.
She's singing with a band probably.
Okay.
So her sister sings and plays the piano. Sumaya plays the drums,
Yeah.
and she's a singer.
Wow.
And with two
Cool.
other boys I've seen, they're playing guitar and piano, or
Nice.
So really good. And
Yeah.
I think this is our next generation here who grew up. I mean, her mom, Sumaya's mom, was a member of a band in Bangladesh called Bluebird, I think.
Yeah.
And they were quite popular. They're from Chittagong.
Okay.
Her
Chattogram.
Chattogram. Her dad is from Chittagong. Mom is from Chittagong, and Sumaya. I get to see her videos every now and then. She's
Nice.
really doing well.
That's great.
So
Good,
yeah,
huh?
nice. I mean, so these gigs, that's the part of it, and I would love to put together a different kind of project now. This is what, because over time you mature and you want to do something different, and I want to. I mean, same kind of idea, but I would add something to it probably because you learn as you go, learn from the
Yeah.
failures and mistakes and everything.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh wow.
Wow. Brett is saying, the thing is, ultimately, the music industry isn't really based on music. It's based on random people's interpretation of culture, and they're on the payroll and are afraid of losing their jobs. I understand that. You need brave people with character to actually progress culture, as you do with everything important in life. Like now with the political problems, you have to stand up for your belief and your values. Music may not seem to be that important to many people, but in many ways it's an indicator for cultural health, and that's really important. Yeah, it's very true. 100%.
No, say for example, it goes say in a profession, in medical profession. Like normally, you should people who are interested, you should check this guy Atul Gawande. He had written a book called Complications and the Checklist Manifesto. He's a doctor in Boston. Now he's in a project. He's the CEO probably of the project that's with Amazon and JP Morgan in America. So the guy, he's a doctor. He writes about mostly his experiences in the medical sector. And his one thing was that people are not thinking about the well-being of their patients. It's more about saving this person however you can. Just save them, and that my job is done. But what's the sustained longevity of the whole treatment procedure, and what you're thinking in terms of your patient when you're treating them? It's not about, I mean, I see the mentality even in Bangladesh. Unfortunately, people would resonate with me. I have been there. Every time you go to a chamber, the doctor won't even sometimes raise his head from the prescription he's writing. As you're telling him the problem that you're going through, he keeps on writing. So okay, this is your prescription. Before you finish, your prescription is ready. So he gives you the prescription, then you give him the money. It's done. So it's like counting on the time, and there's no implications before or after they think about, and that's what I've seen during my father's treatment as well. So when you take it as a profession, going to Brett's, what he was adding to it, so I'm just want to segue into his comment. The problem is when you take this as just a profession, like some people, being a doctor is a profession, but it has something bigger than that. I mean, I guess every profession you can make out of that. Say, for example, even someone is cleaning the street. He's doing it, definitely that's his job. But on top of that, what he's doing every day, when you come out, you find a clean street and you don't get to see the guy. But who's doing the job? He's making your day, because it's important for your sanity as well to be in a cleaner surrounding. But that guy is doing the job. So for everyone, when you see the value in the contribution you're making through your job or the profession you have, that's when you can start thinking beyond the algorithms. So that's what Brett has said, and it's true for every profession. Unfortunately, now, these days, when it's a set algorithm and no one is watching you, no one is listening literally, it's on Spotify, and it goes through this, it ticks those boxes, and straight away it's like, okay, that's the music. It's a hit.
Yeah, and where you have people that just follow their own heart and they're brave enough to stand up, that is where you have the stars, where you have the ones who rise and become a success in their own way because they don't care. I mean, John Mayer, for example, is a typical example. He's a phenomenal musician. He was lucky.
It
for
was
sure.
back in the
He was
90s.
back in the time when it wasn't as
when
much.
people were listening to your
Yeah,
music rather
yeah.
than counting how many
Yeah.
spins you have on Spotify,
Yeah, yeah.
or it
Oh,
was more about the
absolutely.
music.
Yeah, but nowadays he and Snarky Puppy are the same. I mean, they've been. It's Snarky Puppy, by the way, my absolute favorite, all-time favorite band. And you see, they were together in college before. They played music which was popular, but also somewhat out there, and they literally stuck with what they liked and created their own whole genre to the point where, like, we want to go see them in October, and it's like. You know, it's a 12,000 people arena now because
Wembley.
everyone loves them in Wembley. If anyone wants to give us tickets for that, by the way, my birthday is on the 2nd of May. I have loved Snarky Puppy for absolutely years. I've got all their songs, all their albums. They're just
You're
the
very
best.
good with that.
Oh
I mean,
my
she
God.
literally can sing tunes without the lyrics, and there's no lyrics. It's an instrumental.
Which is why I like them.
She can literally sing every tune, and even the intricate solos, which I should know better. But my problem is that when I was growing up, it's another interesting point. We used to have those cassettes. So you have to go rewind forward, and you have to listen back and forth. And in a mixtape, probably I would listen to only 2 songs, or in an album, only 1 song. Then you have 11 more songs. Every time you're going back to that 1 song.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's
say, so now things have changed. Your attention span, like I go to Amazon Music or iTunes, you don't like it, you just swipe it. You don't have to listen to it. So that's how things change. And Nia said to Brett, exactly, very true. Without art, music, and the literature world would be, or literary world would be a war zone. Wow, that's a good comment.
Because if you actually, I've always had that very, very strong viewpoint. If you're looking at artists, what is an artist trying to do? He's communicating a message, and he is a silent rebel in his own way. And I think that's why you'll have, they have to go against something in order to really get out what they want to say. And like Brett is saying later, it's like so much modern life is just ticking boxes. We're all becoming part of an atomized society. Really, music is a social lubricant. It's become distorted as an industry. I guess so much of modern life has become like that. It's true. Like, I mean, with the albums, most of the music.
I love this, Brett. I'm stealing it.
Very nice.
Music is a social lubricant.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It really is. Because the
whole
other thing,
machinery
yeah,
makes it smoother.
No, it is. But it's known as the universal language because it is the one language that. You could be a singer, the guitarist could be from Africa and not speak English. An orchestra would work because you all speak. Notes don't change depending where you're from. The notes on that paper don't change, and it's. Anyway, I find that really interesting with like the. I keep doing this because I'm making points.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Whatever works. It's okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, but like we're listening for example.
I'm ready to take the beating. I said okay.
So, right. So I am from where I come from a classical background. So my parents are both classical musicians. I, from a young age, went into jazz, funk, mostly jazz. So that's my background. But there is a certain understanding that I can feel in any music. So when I met him and I started to listen to a lot of Indian classical music, you'd think, well, what would she know about it? Because I really honestly had not listened to any of that kind of music before. But as soon as you explained to me what is the message and the nuance, like I just got hooked on this kind of music. And
no, it was interesting with you. What I found that when I was playing something which is pure Indian classical, and we call it's a khayal. So it's pure Indian classical, and you can't even understand the lyrics sometimes.
No.
It's more about the technique and working with the melody. Yeah. There are places where, as a musician who learn Indian classical music, I would say, oh, wow, this is a good place.
Yeah.
And you would just react to that. So that surprised me.
Yeah, that was funny.
But going to Brett's point again, this idea of algorithm, because ticking the boxes is more about, it's not people who are listening to it most of the time, even on YouTube, say what videos are getting recommended. It's more about your thumbnail.
Yeah, it's
what
true.
Thumbnail you have.
Yeah.
So sometimes the content doesn't matter. So the algorithm says, okay, this is the thumbnail and that's the description. Yeah. So if you write a very interesting description, definitely. If the algorithm kind of sometimes recommends to the people. And if they don't like it, they feel like swindled. Like, okay, it said something, but it wasn't that good, or it didn't have the right message. You see sometimes, more of you probably would know on Facebook, they say, oh my God, I was surprised how this pineapple got, get all fired up, or I set fire to this pineapple, whatever happens. And you have to watch that for 15 minutes to get to the real point. So you see the pineapple is moving.
And you see all these people commenting, this taking too long.
Yeah.
Why does it take so long to blow up on a pineapple?
So that's the idea. Sometimes the algorithm, initially it would see that, it had that many viewers. Let's promote it on YouTube because this is something probably good. Because no one actually is watching it sometimes. So that's how music gets listened to these days. Everything is based on what the machine thinks. And what I was reading, there's a book called The Coders. So people who are coding now, the programmers, they're running the world more or less now. That's how things are, because they're creating all those algorithms. So it's programming basically. So they normally don't have at some point, they're more engineers and hardcore computer science, and it's more about just organizing things. Everything has to be made perfect, a system, how to make it perfect. But the idea of music or any kind of art form is not about perfection. It's about the organic transformation and the emotions that you convey through your music, through your art form. But when you try to make it perfect, then it becomes quite inanimate. It becomes almost a commodity or a material object. So that's the problem I think we are having. Everyone is taking notice of the issue, but problem is the big companies, tech companies who are running it, they have a business to run. Yeah. Money is being made. Yeah. So it's hard to pull back. And hard to think about people, even though, the platform I'm on, they talk about that we're working for people. Exactly. But at the same time, if, say, my videos, it won't get that many comments or that more likes or anything, they might even not promote it on newsfeed, because through these videos, they make money as well.
Yeah, it's very true.
So anyway.
Well, Brett is saying playing with the raga system was so fantastic. It really made me reconnect with music as an intuitive skill, as opposed to just playing what would sound catchy and commercial. Interesting. Yeah. So,
raga system, because you're playing more with the idea of, because sometimes not necessarily you would know the scale. Say, as I know the scale, I know the intervals and everything. But then you're playing more based on the sound, what you're hearing. So forget about knowing the scale. It's okay, follow the interval, what works with it, and what kind of chords I can play with that melody.
Really interesting, by the way. Very often, because almost on a daily basis he does his practice here in the studio, where he does the scales, where he's warming up his voice, and that goes on for quite a bit. And I didn't actually tell you this. I'm very often in the kitchen, I'm trying to do it with you.
Okay.
And I it's very hard.
Yeah. Because we do things in a certain way.
No. But you were brought up with it as well, and the scale is worked out for you, isn't it? You're given a scale that goes with you and your voice. Obviously, our voices are not the same.
I mean, it's interesting.
I've tried. It doesn't.
No, because we work with microtones as well. So one tone to another, in between the other tones, you touch them.
Oh my God!
So
the technique of that.
Yeah, because say for example. And if you try to do this like straight and just touching the same note, singing the same note,
because if you don't have
it has to have that organic feeling. The vibrato, a lot of
the European version of what you just is.
Oh God.
No, just kidding.
So
do some more.
Yeah.
Imagine. Give something from Imagine.
Yeah, I wish I could. I haven't played it for like after Surreal. I haven't. Yeah.
Na, 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 na.
Which Imagine? The song.
A Swan Song. Sorry.
Oh.
Swan Song. Na, na, na,
it's like
na, na.
it's my mind. I forgot the lyrics. So okay. Sad. It's my own song.
Aww. Brett is saying music should be for the mind, not for the marketeers. I love that Eastern sound. I know, me too. Me too.
Yeah.
Hari Haran is one of my favorites.
Hari Haran, sorry.
It's one of I love that. I've tried to sing in that style.
Brett, you're in popular demand, by the way. Selena is saying, Brett Lemon, you should call in. Great points. You're making Still Awake. Yeah.
It's been an hour now, Brett. It's probably 5 o'clock in the morning by now. You have no excuse.
It's such a big compliment. Such a big compliment.
It's awesome. It is
that
the best.
Brett is with us and he's enjoying.
It's
he's saying music should be for the mind, not for the marketeers.
I love the Eastern sound. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, man.
Agree.
I mean, this is how we connected. And that's why I say that.
Yeah.
You sometimes can get other musicians to collaborate with, but to feel the soul of the project, sometimes, if you really have other motive with the music rather than just making money, you need the right musician in the group. And that's what we had,
absolutely,
to be honest.
Yeah. Well, just as an example, I remember when I met you for the first time, you know, we were introduced to each other. I was like, oh, hi, yeah, hello. And that was it. And like, that was the end. And then you're singing. Yeah. I'm like, who in the bloody ... is that? That's funny.
I'm still just about awake. We'll call in soon, though.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
That's good, man.
We have to remember, because he's on the other side of the world, there's going to be a lag on his... Because the distance, it's not like instantly, like there's going to be a lag on the talking. You just need to remember.
It's WhatsApp. Internet.
Yeah.
Don't worry about
God.
that. Oh, God.
Oh, my God. Sorry, that was so analog of me.
Yeah.
That was so 19...
No one heard that.
That
you
was
didn't
so
hear that. What she said. Yeah. So, yeah, she said...
I'm actually really clever, you know.
Ershad, those notes reminds me of Ashwarya's father teaching Salman Khan in Hum Dil De Chuke Sanam. Okay, that song was...
You've done it, Selena.
Selena, that song is... Alabela sajana ayori, alabela sajana ayori. That's called Ahir Bhairo. So that's the raga.
Keep going. Ershad.
Da So that's the song, actual song.
So
what do you seen in the
you like belt it out, and that's how it was basically.
Yeah, that's how they did that. And that's the actual raga.
You're supposed to have like a pose.
Okay, no.
And then come back now.
I'm guilty. Oh my God.
If I book a venue for you, Ershad, would you perform?
Oh my God, what a proposal.
You speak to his manager.
Yeah.
His publicist, his manager, his graphic artist.
No, yeah. That sounds like a great plan, and I'm planning, to be honest. Okay, by the way, in April, I've already spoken to Ishita, BBPC.
Yes.
So, Stylophone Orchestra. Brett, if you know about this one, I don't know. The Stylophone Orchestra, which is there's only one orchestra in the world of the like that we are. So we have released our vinyl now, and the vinyl came out.
Where is it?
It's there under that bag.
I think I should grab it.
You can.
It looks
if
amazing.
You can, go.
I can. I'm not fat. The chair's very big.
Yeah.
I'm stuck. I got stuck in.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So she's getting the vinyl, by the way. It's a lovely vinyl that has came out, and I have sung the song Space Oddity by David Bowie. I sang that song, and it was produced by Tony Visconti. So we have this album that's been released, and we will be performing with BBPC. So that's the vinyl. It's a beautiful, beautiful vinyl. I should show how amazing this whole thing is.
I'll hold things up for you if you want here.
So by the way, that's Tony Visconti here. Oh, here. And that's me. You can see, yeah, that's me. Yeah, that's the whole group. That's the orchestra. And our vinyl is released. So, the best part is the design.
Oh my God, so exciting! Ah!
Look at this, how cool it is. You can order that, I think. Yeah, do you see that? How beautifully designed. I feel like eating it, not playing. Really, it's that sweet and cute and amazing.
They're amazing.
Yeah, so Tony Visconti, literally when I sang Space Oddity, and he was the guy who was in the recording studio And he was the one who was calling the shots and telling me what to do, how to do things. And you can imagine, the pressure was, everyone was saying, Ershad, good luck to you. Are you nervous? And they were asking me things. I'm like, I'm ready with the songs. However I can do to the best of my ability, I'll just go and sing. That's all I have to do. But at that time, I had a temperature of 102 degrees. I just came back from Bangladesh the day before, and I went to the studio the next day. And I was thinking, this is my one big chance in life to sing for Tony Visconti when he's the producer of that song. And I have this problem. But anyway, I got through it, and it's there in the vinyl, in the EP that's been released.
Show what it is.
Oh, yeah, and I think I have the one, which is the Bowie one. Where is that?
I was just looking for it.
Oh, yeah, I have it here.
You have it here, okay, good. Just to explain what a stylophone is, because I didn't know what it was until
But
I
it
met
goes
you.
through a lot of layers for us. But if I do it now, you guys won't probably enjoy it that much.
It'll sound a bit screechy, probably.
Yeah. So that's how it sounds. And oops.
I'm just holding it up.
Yeah, I should take it out.
Anyway, with this little thing, they actually created an orchestra, and people played different parts, different roles, and it sounds incredible.
I would request again, if you go to Knowing Who You Are, the channel.
Yeah.
Check Space Oddity. You can
Yeah.
see the whole recording
Yeah,
process.
super cool.
Tony
All behind the
Visconti and the
scenes.
studio.
Super
And
cool.
this is the new one they have brought out. It's stylophone. It's Bowie.
Yeah.
That's the anniversary version, and it's really good. I haven't opened it yet. I've been given
There's
the
like
other
a
day.
special box with it.
Yeah.
They were actually given it after this record was released. The company actually gave one
Yeah.
to all of them, which is amazing.
So we have a lot of gigs coming up. We have one gig coming up at Kingston.
I'll take
So
that.
Rich Mix is part of that as well. So which we are planning probably in April. So yeah, thank you. Selena. Ershad, you're a big shot.
Oh, Brett is saying, I saw your stylophone orchestra tracks with Tony. It was brilliant. You did a fantastic job, Al. Such privilege to work with him. Yeah, it's true.
Oh,
it's
true.
true, yeah.
Something, I mean, once in a lifetime probably,
Yeah.
I don't know. We are thinking, because we have been offered to do a second album now already by the company who released this EP. So let's see. And we are thinking who will join with. And Brett said, if I book it, okay.
Sorry, we lost track of all the
I'm
it's
trying
so,
to read
so
that.
nice to have so many people
Yeah,
with
it's
us
so
today.
lovely.
It's so
I mean,
great.
that was the idea
what
to
a
do
Sunday
the show.
afternoon
Yeah.
this is, huh? It's great.
What daytime, please? Oh, awesome. Congratulations. Thank you,
Nice.
Sohana. Brett, I saw you. Okay, yeah, thanks, man. I mean, it was a great experience to learn and how he does. I have a lot of interesting videos, by the way. If you see the stylophone video we have done on YouTube, you'll see how he listens after that, and such good ear Tony Visconti has.
Oh, amazing.
He literally, he lay down
Yeah.
on the console
With his head
and as
down.
if he's sleeping.
Yeah.
But he was listening to the frequencies and during the mixes, and he was telling us, okay, do it this way. And that is high. This frequency needs to go down. And he was cutting and, adding and doing the equalizing while he was mixing and listening. It was amazing.
Well, and that was Space Oddity, but then there is Oxygen that you guys did. Was it Oxygen from
Oxygen.
Jean-Michel Jarre? And that sounds incredible.
Yeah.
And you think that's all done. We were in the studio filming that day.
Now
It was
we are
amazing,
we have started. We are in the studio now rehearsing for our coming gigs for the album. So it's more like a tour we'll be doing
Yeah.
around London and other
Exciting.
places as well out of London.
Yeah.
So let's see.
Oh, there's someone here, Krishna Parmar.
Krishna,
Hi,
how are you? We are good. Thank you, Krishna. She was my colleague.
Oh, nice.
And can you
Awesome.
play that instrument which is metal?
And you ping it, small instrument.
Oh yeah. It's more like how should I put it? It's more like some tongues. It's just upright.
Yeah.
You just move them,
Yeah.
vibrate them, so to
Oh.
speak. It's like ting, 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 and they shake.
Oh,
And they
wow.
have different frequencies there.
Okay.
Also different pitch, basically.
It's so funny. I can play the tambourine.
Yeah. You do a really good job.
I'm a percussionist.
Replying to Selena, yes, he was always the big shot. Oh my God. Oh,
Woohoo.
thank you now. Knowing who you are.
Namaste.
Yeah. It was really great. I mean, whenever Brett said he would give us a call, is it today or some other day? I don't know, but Brett is still awake. And
No, but if you think about this, amazing, because he's going to call back into time.
Yeah.
He's already on Sunday, and we're on Monday, and we're on Sunday. So this will be an international call made from...
It's Back to the Future. It reminds me of that movie.
Back to the Future.
So Einstein, when he said that, he was right.
It'll be back to the past.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, just imagine. So that's the idea of space and time. We don't have to talk about E is equal to MC square. We don't have to talk about quantum gravity and everything. But yeah, that's the idea, how time, it folds. It's a fold basically, and you see. And if you leave a ball out there, it will just roll. So that's the space and time. That's the idea.
Oh, God. Oh, Brett is saying, so cool to work with those guys from another recording era. I felt the same working with Mike Chapman and you. Padam, from Blondie and the Knack. Wow, and Police and the Sting. So much to learn. We'll call you guys next week, hopefully. Not a problem, Brett.
Oh, yeah, Brett.
But thank you so much for staying with us this long. It's really, really terrific. Really, really nice. And it brought back many happy memories, I'm sure, as well.
Now, I also learned from Rolling Stones producer, basically. Oh my God, how did I forget his name? Chris something.
Chris Rolling Stone?
No, it's sacrilegious what I've just done.
I'm very sorry.
But yeah, I learned from him in a summer school how to do analog tape recording and the editing as well. And this guy, he can chop the tape at the right place where it's supposed to be cut and joined. Now what we do in Pro Tools or Logic, he can take a tape and cut it, say one drum roll, he wants to take it and he wants to mix it. When you listen back, you can't even tell that it's been cut and spliced.
So like we do for Final Cut Pro, I do all the digital.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God,
he
how
takes
scary.
it, and those tapes are expensive. And this recording, if you mess it up, it's gone. So,
oh no!
And how he does that, he listens so well. Good to see you both.
Hey.
Shimon, Shanto, welcome to the show. So this is the reason why we thought Sunday afternoon would be a good time so people can join from all over the world.
Yeah.
Even though it's an exception. Brett is an exception.
Yeah.
Who's up till 5 o'clock in the morning.
That's very
I mean,
good.
I'm really grateful.
Me too.
It's amazing. I mean, this is the first time after doing shows for so many months now. And this is the first time I got Brett live on the show and hope to catch up with him soon live on the show as well.
I think this is the 20th show, right?
It's the 19th.
19th show.
19th episode of the live stream. But the other interviews and before we came live, we had been doing the show on the platform anyways.
12 or something already,
quite a lot of interviews have gone through. And a lot of other interviews are in the pipeline. So I'm waiting for them. Let's see what happens.
And also something that we've recently uploaded is one thing that we very, very strongly believe is that the greatest gift you can give to another person and yourself is time. And it's important to make memories and happy memories and enjoy the memories that you have while you're making them. And so we've posted a whole bunch of videos that shows just awesome times, awesome locations and things that we've done with friends and family as well.
Good call.
There's a bunch with my family. There's a bunch with some of my friends, some of your friends. And we basically we share them with you, so you'll see them as well. There also is a live that we did while we were in quarantine, which was the first time when we actually did a live show together, and which started all of what we're doing now. We made a whole video on how to survive quarantine. For all those of you probably will never have to do it because it's all cancelled now. We were in quarantine for 16 days. There's bike trips, there's camping trips, there's hiking trips, there's my birthday, which we celebrated on a boat. There is, oh God, what else was there? There's so many. Oh, there was an Eid in lockdown. So you'll find them all.
So I think we uploaded how many? 12?
I think so, yeah.
So 12 new videos are uploaded on the channel, and people who haven't watched it, you can go and have a look. Interesting things we have done, and some of the Saturday bike trips we had together, our picnics, things we do normally to keep ourselves mentally and physically healthy. And also it helps in terms of relationships. I think doing things together, planning more things together. Like we said, we went out for a long walk today, came back to the library because we like to read. Both of us are book fanatics, you can say. Even just going around books and just hold them and read a page. What I do, I just walk into the library, spend a lot of time whenever I can. I just keep on reading books.
He'll be like that.
Someone got really angry. There's an angry, emoji I've seen.
Really?
Oh, I don't know.
No.
Who-
Because I think one thing that Schumann was saying is replying to Brett Lemon, man, I'm at work. Lunch break, you lucky guys.
Yeah, probably his lunch break is finishing. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Well, just so you
No.
know, Brett is in New Zealand and it's 5 o'clock in the morning for
Yeah.
him, so he's not lazing about.
Yeah. So yeah, it's really tough what he's doing, but amazing. But you know, it's our own choice, and also it's did he say Sunday morning?
No, it's Monday.
Monday
for him.
morning,
It's Monday.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's Monday morning, 5 a.m. So he's probably going to
So
get up.
Shumon, what's going on with you? You were supposed to get back to fitness regime, and you started swimming already.
Yay.
And you started getting up early in the morning to take a
Yeah,
walk or do
yeah.
some workout probably. So what's going on? Give us the update. That'd be great. And I'm so lucky that you have done it. You update that one on the platform as well. So people who are doing it, and this is the idea of knowing who you are, that everyone we just take it from each other, get inspired, even including us. When we listen to something that you have done, like Brett has mentioned those names, just imagine people he worked with. And I know
Amazing.
that he was a session guitar player and also songwriter as well for some producers. And he had done some great work in London when he was here. So just see the NAG, the police, Sting.
That's
And
crazy.
Definitely, there's so much to learn.
Yeah.
And those people, to be
Imagine-
around those people. Yeah.
imagine that.
Yeah. And my whole 3 year of studying music technology, I just went through history, just learning from different, studio techniques, 70s techniques, 80s techniques, 90s, and people, how they recreated all those music
Yeah.
through their production techniques. And David Bowie was one of them, who was legendary in terms of coming up or challenging the status quo, and teaming up with Tony Visconti. They could do it together. So that's why it's very important. And Tony Visconti is still such an active music producer, and he plays the bass as well on stage. If you see how he performs at this age now with the bass guitar, it's amazing. These
Wow.
people,
That's awesome.
sometimes I feel they had something. I mean, that's the difference between those people and people nowadays who we are growing up, all those digital diet we have, and that from the analog period, the energy they
Yeah.
have, the things they can do, keep up
Yeah.
late at night,
Yeah.
as if nothing harms them. And look at Rolling Stones.
Yeah. I know. It's amazing.
Yeah. It's almost like
Amazing.
how they're doing still after
Yeah.
everything they have done to themselves
And
as
everything
well.
they've been through.
They've been through.
I know. But, I saw a really funny interview with Ronnie from the Rolling
Mm-hmm.
Stones, and he was actually talking about the fact that they used to be on tour buses, and the tour buses used to be full with wine and alcohol and all these things.
And
now,
women.
no, he didn't actually say that, but I'm sure there was.
Yeah.
Nowadays, they go with their daughters, their granddaughters, and the fridges are full with protein shakes.
Well,
kale,
he has his
kale
girlfriend
drinks.
or his partner is still, I mean, the age of his granddaughter anyway. So which granddaughter is talking
Shush,
about?
shush,
Okay,
shush,
I don't
shush.
know.
I was talking about a healthy lifestyle.
Okay, a healthy
Because the whole
lifestyle.
point was that his fridge is full of kale drinks and green drinks. Why do you go there?
Okay, I don't know. Yeah, okay. Behave.
Behave.
Yeah, exactly. So, guys who are watching now, you probably are having a great Sunday afternoon or Monday morning. Oh, great.
Digital diet. Yes.
Yeah, that's a phrase
That'll catch on the
catch
digital
on.
diet.
Yeah,
We're on the digital diet.
we are definitely on a digital diet.
We're on the non-digital diet.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's a mix of both. You
Yeah,
can't help
but we're
it.
good. If you think about how little time we actually spend on this. Yes, we have the show, and yes, we do preparations for the show. But the majority of the day, we're actually not.
Yeah,
we don't
I mean,
look
truly,
at our phones
I
for
follow this
hours
thing.
and
Say, for
hours and
example,
hours,
my
sometimes for a
night,
whole day.
my evening routine is, I follow that religiously
Yeah,
now.
he does.
Before going to bed, I think at least, say, if I'm going to bed at 10:30, from 7 o'clock onwards, I'll stop checking my phone, looking at the phone. And also it helps, because I suffer with sleeping disorder sometimes because of my own routine, but that's why.
No. Just to clarify, he doesn't suffer from a sleeping disorder. He sleeps from a too good hearing disorder. because
Say that.
I snore. You're very kind, but I'm just going to be honest and open because I don't want people to think there's anything wrong with you. Just
Okay,
so you
you're
know.
so sweet. Thank
No,
you.
I would never want people to think
Yeah, I was
that.
trying
You have
to
no
put-
disorders, for
yeah.
God's sake. You don't.
No, yeah.
Okay, maybe you're a bit
She's
too
a good
much-
sleeper.
Maybe you're
Whenever she sleeps, she enjoys her sleeping time, so she can fall asleep
And I talk apparently a lot.
I'm envious how fast she can sleep. She'll just wake up. I'll just do something like this, and she'll be like, "Oh, thank you," and straight away she can fall asleep again. So I was reading last night. I read till, even though I said 10:30 I should go to bed, but since it's a Sunday, I was reading till I was reading 4 books, like few pages.
Not at
I
the
think
same
I like
time.
30,
One
35
after the
pages.
next.
So I was reading and she fall asleep, and she was like,
You don't have to read it out.
okay, sorry. But the thing is, it was really innocent and how she enjoys her sleep. So that's why I was being polite.
Well, thank you very much for being polite. I just, you know.
No, yeah.
Thank
you.
I'm being polite back
No,
to you.
it's really nice. So that's the reason. But the thing is, whenever I can,
earplugs, he sleeps great.
yeah. When I listen to a podcast with headphone on. Nice one. A hearing disorder, the musicians' cars.
Oh my god! Isn't
Yeah.
it the worst thing when someone
Only
is
difference is my one is artificially created.
tone deaf? Is probably one of the most painful. I found. Oh my god! I can barely stand it when there's a song playing and someone is tone deaf and they go and you're just thinking like,
Yeah.
you know.
I mean,
It's
but
awful.
unfortunately for musicians, because being in that loud environment,
Yeah.
thankfully enough
Yeah,
nowadays
yeah.
you have in-ear monitors,
Yeah.
so you don't have to listen to it. But sometimes when I practice in my studio, I get carried away. To be honest, after 10, 15 minutes of that amp, I don't face it literally. I have a headache.
Yeah.
And I come out of the studio with tinnitus and I can't hear anything.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that's...
We're being so good.
yeah. No, I mean,
And
that's
the whole
about
world knows.
the honesty and the integrity. The thing is that what's the point of putting up artificial, appearance? We're all human and organic. So what I was saying... Okay, I'm trying to be serious.
No. Sorry.
No, what I was saying, the routine is I try to keep myself away from my phones as much as possible.
Yeah.
Because that's a trap. The moment you open it, you keep on scrolling through it. It's really a tough thing. So from 7 o'clock onwards, like when I was out today, I wasn't touching my phone. From 7 onwards in the evening, I don't try to, I even leave the phone in the other room. And I'm just walking around, reading somewhere, sitting somewhere, and probably doing something. And also,
It's quite annoying when I'm at work and I'm trying to get a hold of him, but
Yeah.
I understand.
I'm trying to do a pointer when
No,
I
you're
want
good.
to cut off my day,
No, you're good.
say by
Like 8 o'clock,
8:30, because there was a time when I used to think that if I'm awake till 10:30, I have to work till 10:30. I have to do something, So
Oh my God,
Esther.
Esther, I like the sound. Do it again. Which one? The singing of tone deaf or the snoring?
The snoring.
No, I'm not doing it again. No way.
So Anna,
Watch
give us
the
a
show.
call.
It'll be on Facebook and YouTube.
Yeah, you can repeat that. You can
Oh
always
my
listen to
God.
that on
Make
repeat.
it into a GIF. Make me famous on TikTok.
No, yeah. But the thing is,
Oh dear, so bad.
I'm envious that how good she can sleep, and I hope I don't cast an evil eye.
No. I mean, I've always been able to sleep anywhere, really. It's something that my grandfather used to do. We used to be scared of that because he would be in his chair and go like that and he'd be asleep and we thought he died. He would just, and you were like,
Yeah.
So there's some Swiss genetics there.
There are 4 stages of sleep. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I go straight to 4.
I think she goes to 4, but nowadays I think I'm staying on 2 all the time. Because as humans, both sides of our brain that need to be able to sleep properly. We cannot sleep, one side is sleeping, other side is awake. But I think now what's happening, one side is sleeping, other side is wide awake.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the reason.
But
So
you
no
also have the
sleeping
additional
disorder.
thing that you're always worried about, the safety of our house and making sure that, we're...
I mean, not
we're
that,
safe.
it's a mental thing.
No,
I'm
we're
working
in a
on it.
really safe area and a really nice area. It's just he just wants to be the
It-
man of the house.
yeah.
In fact, we keep a butcher's knife. now that the secrets are all out, he knows exactly where the knives are kept, so
I
he
don't can.
can.
Want to be,
He
GBH.
can, so he can protect the house if anything is needed. Brett is saying, I used to be able to sleep super quick, too frustrating not to at the moment. Oh no.
Because he's struggling, he's fighting with tinnitus. So he has this problem.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were making a joke.
No, it's real.
Oh no.
And I don't know, Brett, what stage you're in. You're getting some treatment, as I know. But what is it like now? Do you still have the same trouble? Because some people, I know some musicians, they have it, especially from back from the 60s, 70s, 80s. They're used to those loud sounds.
Oh, God.
And some of them I have read, I have listened to them, they said that they have learned how to live with it. And at some point it becomes part of your life, so you have to.
Yeah.
So Brett is going through same kind of trouble. I mean, so far as I know, he
sucks.
shared with me last time. But
right.
at what stage are you in, Brett? I mean, what's happening with that? Let us know.
Yeah.
So, or what are you doing? Because it's good for people to know if they have that kind of a trouble. Yeah.
It's Sohana.
Okay, that's from the US.
Good morning, United States of America. Hello, Sohana.
Yeah, she's just preparing her voice.
Hello, everyone.
Just to say
Hi.
that
Good
hello.
morning, USA.
I'm good. How are you guys?
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
We're
Good.
alive and kicking.
As usual.
Are you in your car?
No, I'm in my. I'm at work.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay, good.
Thank you.
Yeah, we can hear you okay.
I'm sure everyone would like to work at a place like yours, where you can join in live shows.
Sunday is no pressure, like probably one or
No,
two. So
that's really
I
good.
love to work Sunday.
That's how it's
Yeah,
supposed to be.
It's true. Yeah,
the
it's nice if you
workspace.
can
I mean,
enjoy it.
when you work, you work, and there are times definitely. It's not that if you're there for 8 hours, every 8 hours, every second of the 8 hours, you have to make it. So long you produce. I mean, that's the idea of deep work anyway. So, what's happening in Dallas?
It's cold. Dallas, it's really, really cold. Oh my god.
Oh, really?
But yeah. But
What's the temperature there today?
today, I think it's 30.
Oh, 30.
Oh, Fahrenheit, right.
Yeah. I was like 30.
like,
no,
what?
wow, that's hot. You're thinking in terms of Celsius.
Okay. Yeah, you're in London.
Yeah, because we were 10, I think, today.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah, it's gonna
main
be
thing was
6
it was
tomorrow.
so sunny. It was bearable. There was it was windy, cold wind, but it was still bearable because of the sun. So yeah.
It's nice.
And
I love your little comments that you always send. They always make me giggle when you say
she's cheeky, you know.
you're very cheeky.
Yeah, she always likes the naughty things, not
Yeah.
not you know. So, Suhana, what new things that's happening? You always have something going on, some new stuff that in your life. So share with us, enlighten.
Okay, so last night, Boshanta, born, it was a show, even.
Oh, wow.
Sang,
Nice.
and I did a fashion show.
Great.
And then next week, which is coming Friday, I'm doing a non-profit organization hosting.
Nice.
Singer Norman Khalid, he's coming from Houston. He's a really good singer.
That's awesome.
So,
Oh,
yeah,
there's
these two so far. And I went to club last night and
Ooh.
got into a fight.
Oh, no. Oh, God.
I mean, not fight. It's like, the guy who was drunk and I was trying to. What he did, he grabbed my ass and I just turned around and twisted his hand. It's like, why did you touch me? And I didn't wait for the security guard. I just take care of it. I was like 27 or 28.
oh my
He was
god.
like, don't break my finger. I was like, are you going to do it again? It's like, oh, yeah.
Because I initially thought it's a cat fight over a man, probably.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. So you're like ninja woman going, yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I
Oh
love
my
that.
I learned karate too.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, for a man, I mean, you can either grab the hand or, there's some other very vulnerable spot. You just give
I
one.
did that once.
Okay,
Yeah,
one
I've
kick
I've
and
done
it's
that
down.
too. I've had to do that once.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What happened?
You went down.
Oh, no, but same thing.
Like
Just grabbing.
No, kick.
2020.
Oh my
So I
god.
was with my friend, and the guy was like, holding my back, my hip, and pulling toward to him.
Oh, my
And I
God.
told him, don't do that. And then second time when he did, I just turn around, slap him, and kick him in his balls.
Okay. Suhana doesn't hold back.
Knowing who you are.
Yeah, exactly. Knowing who Suhana is.
I don't wait. I don't wait if somebody.
No, that's
No,
true.
no.
I mean, if everyone has the right to do that, and if that saves you,
Yeah.
and that's your own boundary.
Yeah.
So when you have said this one, if no one respects it, someone doesn't, then you have to take your own,
Yeah.
take law in your own hand
It's just a club.
or your
And
leg.
security, if you go to security and come back, the guy will probably leave.
Yeah.
So, it's better because otherwise I'm going to feel like why I did not do anything for myself. I'm going to regret it.
Yeah.
So I don't want to do that regret. So
No,
I
for
wanna
sure.
take care of it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, it's one of those things. If you want to have a good time, and we don't believe in violence, but if your back's to the wall and you have to push and survive, and then you do what it takes.
No, on the show, I have to say that Suhana has always been a great example of women's leave and also girl power.
Yeah.
Yeah, in every way, your hands, face, legs,
Yeah.
and however it comes in different shapes and form. So you've done a good job of setting great examples. People
Yeah.
are getting inspired, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
We don't get inspired, right?
I'm very inspired. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Absolutely.
No.
Oh my god. All right, There's
Suhana.
so many things wrong with what we're talking
Yeah,
about right
thanks
now.
for inspiring Esther as well. Yeah.
Oh,
my
God.
goodness.
Oh boy. Well, it's been how does this time work for you? Because we sort of tested. We decided we're doing 3:00 in the afternoon and see what happens, and we really will see what happens. But it's been a good show so far today, so
Yeah.
it's been fun.
Everyone is joining in, and we had a lot of interesting conversation all around and different topics. And there's always something good that will end up happening. There will be a contributor, and you like a lot of interesting things as well. So we try to cater to your need. And Suhana, how does this time working for you?
Yeah, good. That's good. It's the same because
Yeah.
you guys have started at 3, right?
Yeah.
3, so it's 9 in the morning.
3 UK time.
That's good.
Yeah.
Because like 9 in the morning in US is that's good too.
Yeah, I think 6 or 3 doesn't really matter for you because you are at work anyway.
Yeah.
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 But main thing is
But
you
we'll
make it
see.
happen.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Thank you,
And
Suhana.
so many activities going on there. Congratulations on the continuation of the excitement of your life.
No, it's to find her
Yeah,
own voice and
absolutely.
also whatever you like to do. As you said, always, it's not that we are trying to inspire people to be single more, but you said that the moment you found that you are just on your own and there's no one to think about, it depends on perspective and also what kind of experience you had in your relationships, that you found that you could give more time to yourself. So probably it's a good lesson for people who are thinking or who think that without a partner your life has no value. Probably it's a thing for them that you can find more things to do, more time. And there's one less thing to worry about. But having said that, but when you have this dynamic and the chemistry that you can share things and you have the understanding, then it's a different thing.
Yeah.
But it can be the other way around as well. When you have a partner in your life who don't value your time and who doesn't value that you have your own life and your own space, your own time and things like that, if they don't do it, then it becomes a burden, definitely. So in your case, how you making your singledom work is really nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So what time do you finish? How many hours do you have more at work?
4 o'clock. So it's 10:45 a.m.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Nearly there. 5 more hours.
Well, I guess you enjoy the rest of the day and stick with us till the end. I love your comments; they're very encouraging. And we hopefully speak to you again next week.
Yeah, and we'll be finishing soon as well.
After next week, I'll be in the Bangladesh.
Oh, you'll be in
Oh,
Bangladesh. So
nice.
yeah, you'll be 6 hours ahead.
Awesome,
So it'll be
awesome.
nice. So we can have some more voice. Your projects, you probably be in the
We
studio.
want to update.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Send us some videos which we can play as well.
TV interviews. So
Nice, nice. Our very own Knowing Who You Are spokeswoman will be in Bangladesh doing interviews.
Oh yeah.
guys.
All right, well, take care. Huh? Do well.
Thank you, Sona.
All right then.
Bye.
Nice talking
Bye.
to you. Bye.
That is
one of the
very
greatest
nice.
supporters of the show.
She's awesome, and she's given some really good insight as to what she overcame that really helped other people. Brett, by the way, meanwhile said, no, mainly just insomnia, not much tinnitus anymore. Luckily, it's still there, but not bad. This is in response to what you said. That's really good to hear.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're still there so we can tell you that
I don't know about your routines. There are some things that definitely work in terms of, say, if you have a habit of taking caffeine, say coffee or something, so what time you're taking it, and also a routine of dimming lights down later in the evening, say if you are going to bed by 10:30, from 7 onwards it's better to dim the lights down.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a caller. We have Shantu.
Hello, who's here?
Shumon Das.
Ah, hello.
Hello.
Good to hear from you again.
Yes, I was really eagerly waiting to speak to you guys. I thought
Oh,
I should
great,
call
Shimon.
offline sometime.
Oh, nice.
But, well, I got a chance, although I'm working.
Great,
Lunchtime, late lunch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm missing my family. They're in a nice, lovely, sunny day. They're
I'm sure,
work,
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it's good to speak to you guys and see you guys live and lively.
Oh, thank you. Shimon.
Always. And how have you been?
Well, as Ershad was asking my progress, well, I couldn't continue the swimming, but still it's going on and off.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to meet and speak to my friends very often, and going for a walk in the evening or in the morning.
Nice.
Spending some time in the nature, next to the nature. And my wife, she's preparing for the next summers. I mean, this summer's gardening.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
You know, she's a
You have the
passionate
allotment.
gardener, so
Yeah.
trying to make it up. Anyway, guys, my break will be finishing very soon. But can I tell a quick joke?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Love?
Yes. Go for it.
Well, you know, the husband and wife, in some lazy weekend, they're having evening snacks and tea or coffee, and the wife is saying to the husband, you know, in the heaven, no husband and wife are allowed to live together. I'll be very sad. I won't be there to live together. And the husband was saying, that is why it is called heaven.
Oh, I disagree. I'm going to hang up on you.
Sorry, it's sad.
Oh my God, it's your ha.
Oh my God, there's plenty. I mean, I don't know about this husband and wife dynamic in the world, but the whole world, all the jokes you read about, and every day on social media as well, it's all about husband and wife.
It's true.
But it's really, thank you, Shimon.
Yeah.
It's really funny. It made me laugh. And you said you're missing your family, right?
Oh,
you're missing your wife, did you say, in the sunny afternoon?
So you're just a hypocrite.
We'll meet you guys very
Absolutely.
soon. Have, more funny
Yes.
time.
Yeah,
I'll
definitely.
crack some more jokes.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
great.
Note for you guys.
Please.
Thank you for
please.
calling.
I think you should call us every week at least to give one
joke,
of one
yes.
joke. Yeah, share with us.
I have lots of jokes in my collection. So
Okay. Okay, good.
We'll be able to speak to you guys.
Oh, definitely.
We'll do it. We'll meet soon.
Yes.
We'll arrange some meeting.
Okay,
Oh,
good.
yeah,
That sounds
definitely.
good. Thank you for calling, Shimon.
Thank you,
You're
Shimon.
welcome.
Enjoy the rest
Good
of
to
the
see
work.
You guys.
You too.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Stay happy.
Yeah,
Thank you.
we are. Bye.
Bye.
That is funny. I read this other one. It was one of those, like, the guy was complaining about his wife, complaining, and she's got bad judgment, and, you know, why did you decide this? And she turned around, she said, well, if I've got such bad judgment, what do you think about my choice of marriage?
Oh, there's another
That's
one
the
I just
comeback.
remember. So a wife is telling the husband, if you say things like that to me, I'm gonna die. It's more like a being sentimental, like a bit emotional blackmail.
Yeah.
And the husband is like, no, you can't say that. It's not right. And she's like, no, because this is how you talk to me and I feel like I should die. And he said, because problem is you always say that you're going to die, but you never die.
That is so bad.
Exactly.
It's so not what we stand for.
I
in
know,
any
it's
way,
not
shape,
about
or
us.
form. No, I know
It's
it's
not
not.
about
I know
us.
it's not. I know.
But the thing is that...
You know, you tell me on air and on live on air how you really feel about us.
What I was saying initially, no, to start with, I know that
God.
we're talking about us, but I was giving an example. When
Yeah.
you have someone in your life, you feel that in every aspect,
Yeah.
something that you have probably received more than what you wanted in your life and you expected. That's what I have.
No.
And not to please you.
No.
I'm
I
just
know
saying that
because you
because
say
this
that
is
to me when we're not on air and before the silly
and
jokes as well. You
the
do.
idea of
You
being
always do.
grateful about your life and your relationship is one of the healthiest practice. And when it comes without any effort,
Yeah.
that's the best thing. Because Esther is someone every morning, every night, and every day, even when we are sitting at
All the
Waterstones,
time.
she was saying, "We are so happy. I'm so lucky. We are so lucky." It's a good practice as well
It is.
because it's positive affirmation
Yeah.
for your brain.
Yeah.
Because most of the things you do throughout your life and in your daily life has been found in research that it's in your unconscious brain, more things are happening than your conscious brain. Because everything that you're doing, how am I reacting, I'm laughing, is part of what has been recorded and learned through my unconscious brain that's been taking in the information. So once we feel the gratefulness and the gratitude and we say that out loud, we do this positive reaffirmation. I think it's really useful. So yeah, even though, jokes apart,
Yeah.
these jokes are really funny and
Yeah,
that's
but we
true.
make our own jokes as
But
well.
to be
I
honest,
know.
there are times, and why do you think people say that when you have to make a decision, when you're stuck in a bad relationship, that's when you have to make up your mind rather than, lingering over it for ages. So this is how it came about because some people do that, and there are bad relationships, bad dynamics. Unfortunately, it happens. But, there's always something better than that person or something who's right for you, no matter what. And
Yeah.
fortunately enough, and what I found in Esther, and this is how I teamed up, because Knowing Who You Are, the project I started 3 years back, but the moment she joined the force, she came in my life and we started working together. I shared with her what I want to do and we want to take it further. I have bigger plans with Knowing Who You Are and how it will branch out to bigger projects. But everything we planned together, we worked together, and all the video you see, editing and the live and all the graphics, everything, she's been working on it. And it's so nice that you've joined the platform now. You're literally presenting this live stream with me. So yeah. So as I was saying, that doing things together as a couple, I think it creates the bonding. It makes it stronger. So definitely, I'm blessed. We're definitely blessed.
But I also think a very important point you've made in the past, which applied to both of us, is if you want to have a relationship that is perfect, how can you expect a perfect partner if you yourself cannot give the same thing to that partner? Because if you have someone that you wish had certain qualities, then you should minimally be willing to have those same qualities. Because if you want to have someone that can listen well, that can talk well, that can understand me, that is smart, that is blah, blah, you see some of these lists that people get. Good, well, are you the same? Can you present that kind of thing to that person as well? And that really also made me think, because we both had done a lot of work and a lot of reading to really make ourselves the best version of ourselves that we could possibly want to be. And that's when we met by complete off chance. And I think that is a super important element. Could you say we're lucky that we cross paths? Yes, we are. You can say we're blessed, with that would assign some other cause to, us having found each other. But I think we were just ready. We were ready.
No, that's a very good point.
Really interesting.
Because when you say, I want my partner to be like this, there are a long list of things. And for that, I would ask everyone to check that book, How Not to Die Alone. Interesting. And it's a Harvard researcher, and she also studied in Harvard. I think she's a cognitive psychotherapist, probably. I'm not too sure, so that's why I'm not going to quote and what exactly her designation is. But she has written this book called How Not to Die Alone, and you should check that one. It's an interesting concept, because when we say we have this list of things normally, it's more about spending time with someone for a few hours, or a few days, weeks, or months. But when you think about lifelong companionship, that's totally a different dynamic. And on top of that one, I feel where I was trying to get at when you said that I lost track of that even with my own conversation.
When you when you expect that other
Yeah,
person
when you
to be
expect
that.
another person, when you have this long list of things, you're talking about someone. He needs to be tall. He needs to look like this. He has to have this perfect physique, and he has to have this, hefty bank account, and he has to have this car. He has to have this house. Thing is, how much have you worked on yourself?
And do you
I mean,
have
are
do you have
you
a bank
ready,
account?
or do you really deserve that person?
Yeah.
Or why don't you first make yourself that person to deserve a person like that?
Yeah.
So whatever your vision is, your goal is, when you first work on yourself, I think you attract the right kind of
Yeah,
people
I
towards you.
agree.
You don't have to really look for it. You don't have to arrange things.
Yeah.
It just happens.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what I felt.
Yeah.
Because I've been through I had to fight with my own demons. Probably you had to as well.
Plenty.
But I was aware. The moment you find out about this one, being aware of the problems that you have in your life, you work on that, and slowly, because there had been times when I felt like, where's that person I'm looking for? I mean, where is she? And I was thinking, okay, am I not ready yet? I read about this one. I know about this, that when you're ready, that person would come and show up. To be honest with you, that's how it happened. And she just showed up out of nowhere in a very unexpected place.
And here I have my tall, dark, and handsome guy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And I said, yeah. Okay, so on that very happy and positive note, that
God.
makes sense. I needed this information.
Oh,
yeah.
good.
So, Hannah,
I'm glad
thank
to
you.
hear.
That's very true. Trust
Yeah.
me. You go through the struggles, you go through the dark times.
But you are, and you have.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is.
And
She's
you're
doing
working through it.
Yeah.
You would know, or sometimes you wouldn't even know. But before you know, the world knows.
Yeah.
Before you. And how it's responded, the right person shows up.
Yeah.
Because you're ready.
Yeah.
So on that note, I think everyone would have something to take out of this live stream today.
Yeah.
And I would request everyone who's watching, so please like, comment, and share and subscribe the channel Knowing Who You Are, the videos you like, any interviews that you came across, and anything you liked about that. Please leave your comments and like it and subscribe, because it helps us to grow the channel. And also, as I'm saying, as a platform, we want to grow bigger so we can help more people.
Yeah.
And get out of the virtual world, so to speak. This is my plan.
Yeah.
So if you help us, support us as you're doing, that would really push forward the channel, and we can do great things for people all together, not just us. And to be honest, I have no ambition or goal of becoming a celebrity or anything. It's more about if I can help people before I leave the world. That's it sounds like a cliche thing, but this is what I feel like. When you share your happiness with more people, you become happier.
Yeah,
That's the idea.
absolutely true. And that is the basics of knowing who you are. And we would like to thank everyone that was part of the show today, everyone that listened. And we would like to thank everyone that is watching at a future date after this point, when it's been put on Facebook and YouTube forever.
Yeah.
And otherwise, that's it really for us today,
Yeah.
isn't it?
So next Sunday, again at 3 o'clock
Yeah.
UK time, and you can calculate for your time zones what the time would be. So until then, have a great rest of the week.
Good day, everyone. Not good night, but good day. Have a wonderful Sunday.